I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Alright everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we got a great video here. So you guys have heard me talk about, in some of the other speaker tests that we've done, about having a set of my old ADS 320IS speakers back from early 90s. Well, I reached out and I got some offers on some stuff. I also got ripped off. So be careful when you guys are trying to buy some of this stuff. There's some scammers out there. And I got taken for a few bucks. But I did find a set of ADS AL6, and they're 6.5-inch component speakers. And we're gonna give them a listen, and we're gonna compare them to some other more modern high-end stuff, okay? And also, I'm gonna let you know, hey, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff, because you know what, it gives us good opportunities to get manufacturers to get us stuff to test. So the more viewers we've got, the more subscribers, the better it looks, okay? Also, we now have a Facebook page. And that's gonna be how you guys can contact us, either through there or our Instagram, and we'll throw links up here. And you can message me directly, post stuff, comment on stuff. We'll also post videos and stuff like that. But let's get to it. Let's check these things out. We've got the cart stereo in review. This is the 1993 buyer's guide. And we have the speakers in here, okay? We've got the, right here, the AL6 two-way component speakers. They were $399. And this was the first year, 1993, that they were offered. I believe the speakers I have a date code on them of 96. And 399 bucks. And what these were, they made the 325IS. They were $495 and $399. These were their kind of next step down. So we got a package today with something I think is going to be really cool. So these came from my buddy Steve at Alberta Rockies Vintage Auto Sound. Got a Facebook page and apparently amazing collection of vintage gear. All right, so we got the ADSs on the bench, and I've been listening to these things for a long time. And I'm gonna let you guys see. So we're gonna test the ADS speakers against the Hertz Mille Pro 3-ways, and then these are the Focal Polyglass. Okay, so these are more of a upper end kind of speaker. These are kind of a middle to upper end speaker. Well, these are kind of too. So all three of these speakers would be classified as top manufacturers, kind of middle tier speaker. And we're gonna play them first. No subwoofer, full range, no EQ. Let's give them a shot. Okay, these are the ADS. These are going to be the Hertz. These are going to be the Focal. These are the ADS again. Give you a little subwoofer. Alright, we're gonna switch to the Hertz.
The top is so vacant. Out of this shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing. Sold out shows for 1,000 faces.
Focal.
Hey, give me that crown. Keep my way to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my sound. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now.
To the ADS.
The noose, if it's some moosey shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live, or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose your gift. Oh!
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
This is full range, no subwoofer.
In the world blind. Please, Lord, give me a sign.
So what do you guys think? Okay, that was no EQ. Okay, that was just how they come straight crossed over. And I'm gonna say my opinion on these is they're a very, very well balanced speaker right out of the box. Okay, they do have tweeter attenuation. I had them on the middle setting. They were a little too bright on the higher setting, and that would be for more if you had the tweeters mounted in the doors. Like if you had them on the A pillars, you would definitely want them, you know, toned down a little bit. So my opinion is, man, these things are great. You know, these speakers are, you know, 30 years old, and you know they've had probably a pretty decent life, but they sound wonderful, and I'm super pleased with them. I think they hold their own with today's speakers, and you know the cool thing about them is, you know, no carbon fiber cones, no, you know, cast aluminum baskets. So let's take a look at these things, you know, as installed. You know, we'll pull these things back, and you know, you can look at these things, you know, down the line with these other speakers, and you know, the motor, the magnet structure on these things is quite beefy. This is a good size magnet. These were a fairly heavy speaker. Here's the crossover. You can see there's a jumper wire here, and it's got 3 positions that you can move this jumper to attenuate the speaker. See the 3 different resistors in here, and you know, pretty basic, simple. I like that the crossover is pretty compact. That's pretty cool. But again, look at that motor structure. It's big, you know, compared to the other speakers. And you know, these ones are cast. These are stamped steel. That's just what they did back in the day. So, got a poly cone on them. I'd take the the grill off, but man, they're tough to get back on. But you know, just an efficient speaker. They're like 100 watts a channel, and I'm super pleased with them. I think they hold their own. I think speaker technology is one of those things that probably hasn't come in a long way. You know, over 30 years. I would say even amplifier technology to some degree. I would say really just the DSP stuff is really something that it's slowly making its way into this stuff. So, you know, to answer your question, can 30-year-old speakers hang with modern speakers? Yes, 100%. Keep in mind, these were $399 30 years ago, 33 years ago. So, you know, you look at that, that's probably somewhere around $600, which these Hertz, you know, they're like an $899-ish speaker. The Focal Polyglass, I'm not sure if they're even offered currently, but you know, on their last rendition, you know, they were probably around a $500 speaker. So price-wise, pretty comparable. So yes, back in the day, there were some great speakers. I'm still working on hopefully maybe getting a set of the 320 IS. I believe those were 5 1/4. And so these are a 6 1/2, which I don't know why they didn't make those speakers in a 6 1/2. A 6 1/2 wasn't in the early 90s wasn't as common as they are now. The 5 1/4 was really where it was at. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we got some great stuff coming up. So make sure that you subscribe, and I really appreciate it. And hey, hit us up, pick up one of our channel stickers. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video.